Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and this will be a bit of an unorthodox LEGO video. I am currently not going to be physically in the video because for me personally, it is 3:30 a.m. and will probably be far past that after I edit and upload this video. You see, a friend just messaged me and I had to get up and make this breaking news video because this is absolutely insane. So 2022 is the 90th anniversary of the LEGO group. And so LEGO Ideas, you can see some LEGO Ideas sets on these shelves here, is doing a fan vote for you to vote which theme to do a special anniversary LEGO set for from a previous discontinued line of sets for 2022. So this is insane. Okay, so let's kind of run through exactly the details of how this contest will work. To quote the LEGO Ideas team, they say, quote unquote, to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the LEGO company, the Ideas team wants us to choose a classic theme to be reimagined as a single new product to be released in 2022. 30 popular LEGO themes have been selected for us to choose from. From there, they kind of go on to how the voting process will work. There will be a two-part vote. The first part is to narrow down the 30 themes into the only top 3. Out of the top 3 that are chosen, one of those will be made into a set. However, this one theme that will be made into a set really is up to LEGO's discretion. There will be a second vote where people can vote for their favorite out of the 3 themes, but LEGO is not making this vote transparent. They'll not be telling us who won, and essentially they're just going to be deciding on their own. I highly suspect that this is because LEGO probably has some ideas of stuff they would rather do over others, and just in case, by some reason, a certain theme that they feel isn't viable to do makes it to the top 3, then they can artificially decide to do something else. Or let's say, for example, LEGO has some sort of idea set that is along the same lines as one of the themes that was chosen for the top 3. For example, what if the medieval blacksmith set was releasing, say, in 2022 versus this year in 2021? Well, if Classic Castle made it up to the list of top 3 themes, it'd feel kind of redundant to do 2 themes based on celebrating Classic Castle, so they'd probably pick another one of the 2 even if Classic Castle was voted first. But without further ado, let's take a look at the 30 themes that have been selected. Now, the vast majority of these are sub-themes of LEGO Classic Space Lines and Classic Pirates and Castle. So, you get stuff like Adventurers. This is a very classic LEGO theme featuring Johnny Thunder. I can see that doing pretty well, but probably not as well as some of the other ones. Alpha Team, which I love Alpha Team, but let's be real, that one's not going to make it that far in this poll just by how steep the competition is. Aquazone, which is another very unique original LEGO line, but also another one that I think, in terms of the top 3, doesn't have a huge chance. Arctic, which was a sub-theme of City, I think this has absolutely zero chance, unfortunately, because, well, LEGO's done an Arctic sub-theme in recent years, actually twice for LEGO City, so I see no reason that this even needs one. Now the big one here is Bionicle. It's certainly going to be a tough pull to get Bionicle to the top 3. I think that the one thing that it does have is that the A-Fulls will be split between Classic Space, Castle, and Pirates. And Bionicle, well, all Bionicle fans can just rally behind that, so really hoping this makes it at least to the top 3. And then we have Blacktron, which is actually one of my favorite sub-themes of space, but to be honest, I can't imagine any of these sub-themes of space winning over Classic Space itself, so I'd probably discount almost all of these space sub-themes and say that if anything space is going to make it through, people are just going to cram onto Classic Space. The same goes for, say, Black Falcons and Black Knights. People will just simply pick Classic Castle. You've got Divers, which we just had in LEGO City, so there's no reason as to why they would do that. Dragon Knights, again, a sub-theme of Castle. Explorians, a sub-theme of Space. Extreme Team, which is definitely not going to be any sort of competition compared to the other classic lines. Forcemen, you got Castle. Ice Planet 2002, another really great one, but again, Space. Imperial Guards, which is from Pirates. Lion Knights, which is under Castle. Modern Team, which is essentially Creator Expert now, so we don't really need that. Mtron, which is another great classic LEGO Space line, which I'm sure people will just vote for Classic Space instead. Paradisa, which is very interesting. I think this really stands basically no chance against any of the other ones, but it is there if people wanted to vote for it. The closest thing today is Friends. And you got Classic Pirates, so that one will be a big one, although we just had Pirates of Barracuda Bay, so come on, we can do something else. Rock Raiders, which was a little bit of a smaller theme, but it's still on this list. I also can see it definitely getting beat out by the heavy hitters, but it would still be nice to see them do some sort of a anniversary set for the Rock Raiders theme or something. Space Police, another sub-theme of space. Spyrius, one of the weaker sub-themes of space, definitely won't make it here. Studios, so that came out in 2002. It's not really a classic theme. It's kind of interesting how Studios is on the list, but I also don't really see that making it. We also have the Lego Movie Maker sets for the Lego movies that are out, so those will probably take precedence, and they're kind of basically the same thing. Time Cruisers, which I love Time Cruisers personally. I feel like it's very underrated. That being said, because it's underrated, it stands almost no chance. Classic Town, which, I mean, we've got Lego City. What can you really do differently with Classic Town in the modern era? Trains. Now, trains is going to be a big one. A lot of AFOLs love the trains. A lot of people, collectors, love trains. So I can definitely see that one going up high. And Wolfpack, which is a sub-theme of Castle. So there is a section where you can vote for Bionicle to return in 2022 for just one anniversary set, which is better than nothing, better than what we've gotten for a long time. And if you go to the page right now, you can literally cast your vote. Which set do you want Lego to make? And this is pretty crucial if you want to get Bionicle through, because there's some heavy hitters on the list. You know, a lot of AFOLs are going to be wishing for Classic Space or Classic Castle or Classic Pirates. But you see, I have a good argument as to why you should pick Bionicle. You see, Classic Pirates and Classic Castle have already gotten or are going to have revamped themes that are basically what they would look like in a modern set. The Pirates of Barracuda Bay set from LEGO Ideas is literally just a homage to Classic Pirates. The upcoming Medieval Blacksmith is a homage to Classic Castle. We got an homage to LEGO Space when we got the Exosuit from LEGO Ideas, and I wouldn't be surprised if another Ideas thing makes it through. The thing that we have not gotten ever recently is any sort of revamp of Bionicle past Generation 2. And it's highly unlikely that we will in the future. After all, Sakota's Ideas project, which did get the right amount of votes, did not make it through. So LEGO fans, LEGO Bionicle fans, it's up to you. Go there, fill the votes with Bionicle votes if you want to see a fan-voted set for 2022. This is our chance to prove to LEGO that Bionicle is still a viable idea in today's world, and people still want Bionicle, maybe even more than Classic Space, Castle, or Pirates. So out of these 30 lines, there is a ton of stuff, and, well, wait a second, where's Galador? All jokes aside, I think out of these 30 lines, we can very easily see the ones that are going to rise to the forefront. Classic Space, Classic Castle, and Classic Pirates are probably going to be some of the biggest contenders, which is a bit of a shame because, heck, we already got a Classic Pirates and Classic Castle revamp very recently, and I wouldn't be too surprised if any sort of Ideas Classic Space set would very quickly make it through. Some of the other interesting ones that I feel have a big chance are trains, and honestly, that's really about it, other than, of course, Bionicle. I think the big contenders here are going to be the big five. Bionicle, Classic Space, Pirates and Castle, and trains. I don't see anything else really standing a chance, especially as almost all of these are literally just sub-themes of those classic lines. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Bionicle stands any sort of chance, or will it be drowned out in the constant cries to get Classic Space stuff, or Classic Castle, or Classic Pirates? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you are a Bionicle fan, please go vote for Bionicle, because this is our one chance to really show to LEGO that we want Bionicle back in any way, shape, or form. Now that being said, I'm really hoping that even if Bionicle is not picked, which I feel like it has a pretty small chance, but there's still a chance. Even if it isn't picked, if we can get it up there pretty high, we can still show to LEGO that there's a lot of interest in Bionicle and more than some other themes. Heck, if we can get Bionicle to beat any of the other ones I mentioned, if Bionicle beats Classic Castle, Classic Space, Classic Pirates, or Trains, I think that will really show to LEGO that there is a lot of merit to having Bionicle back. So, let me know down in the comments below. Again, only vote for Bionicle if you really want to, but as a Bionicle fan, I am telling you, please vote for Bionicle. Please. But let me know down in the comments below. What are you going to vote for? Honestly, if it was up to me, I really wish LEGO would maybe produce a set for the top 3, even the top 5, because I can see Bionicle easily making, hopefully, top 5. maybe even top 3. And there's so many good stuff here that act as sub-themes of the classic stuff that I feel are going to get overlooked. Stuff like Blacktron, for example, was one of my favorite sub-themes, which is definitely not going to get attention because people just vote for classic space. Even stuff like the Wolfpack sub-theme, which was a great sub-theme of Castle, or the Forestmen sub-theme, those are all going to get swallowed by people voting for classic Castle because that is the most classic thing that people associate with the LEGO brand. When people think classic space, they not only think of the very early classic space ships, but they also think of Blacktron and Futron and Ice Planet 2002 and so on, all the great classic themes. Same with classic Castle and Pirates. So I feel like those ones are really going to overshadow it, but please, if you are a Bionicle fan, now is your chance. This is a direct route to get LEGO to remake Bionicle. So what are you waiting for? The link's in the description. Get out there and vote. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again very soon.